Hello and welcome to the Elemental Entrepreneurship Podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I'm just going to jump right into our topic today, which is that you are always
working from a strategy. The question is it a business strategy or is it an emotional or nervous system protection strategy? It can usually only be one or the other, and frequently they are exactly at odds with one another. Let's get into it. If your goal is to scale to consistent multi-six figures or build your waitlist only business or become a huge name in your industry or help tons of people and make a really big impact, there's a business strategy that can make that happen. But if your nervous system perceives that outcome or the actions it will take to get you to that outcome as unsafe for you, what will usually happen for an established entrepreneur is you will come up with a bunch of convoluted, complex, dense strategies and action plans that actually take you further from the goal. Like you decide you're going to have this like multi-phase private invite only launch rather than just launching to your whole list and running ads and doing a social media launch. Or you're going to create and sell a bunch of low and mid-ticket offers to prove that you are allowed or ready to sell high ticket. You will keep running these convoluted plays. You're going to be working hard. You're going to feel busy, and you're going to keep creating these lackluster results that hold you at the exact same level of business year after year, and you won't be able to figure out why. Some of y'all know I'm a dance teacher. And I have had people tell me they want to start taking dance classes, so they're going to start swimming first because they don't feel like they're in good enough shape to dance. Y'all, if you want to get in good enough shape to dance, you just dance. And you're going to suck it first, and then you're going to have to get better, right? So this convoluted strategy they're coming up with where first they're going to start swimming, and then usually that's really convoluted too, and they have to like find a gym with a pool, and they have to like the gym, and then they have to sign up, and then they have to get like a swimming coach, and they have to buy all the gear that puts them like a year out from doing the thing they really want to do, and it seems super logical to them. You can look at that from the outside and be like, that makes no sense. The reason they think they have to do that, or the reason they want to do that and think that that's a logical strategy, is because their nervous system feels like dancing is so unsafe, right? That's the thing they really want, but it's because it's the thing they really want has the most stakes attached to it. What if I'm bad at it? What if people judge me? What if it doesn't go well? What if I do this thing that I really want to do and it turns out I suck, which you will, because everyone sucks at the beginning of everything. But what's happening here is you're coming up with a strategy to get you to that goal that actually moves you farther from it, and it feels like logic. If you see me looking over here, I took notes because you know I have that ADHD dizzle, and staying on topic is not always my strong suit when I get on live. So you're running these convoluted plays. And this is especially frustrating when you're already successful in your business and you've already created results that most people only dream of, right? As I sit here speaking to you from my multi-six-figure business, I've already created the results that people who haven't started yet or are just starting out are dreaming of. And I did that. So I know I'm a super fucking smarty pants who's able to figure things out. And you, as you're sitting there from where you are in your business, you already know you're a super fucking smarty pants who's used to being able to figure everything out frequently on your own. And so when you are trying to get to that next level and you keep creating the same level of results over and over, it can actually start to shake your confidence in yourself. And that's when it gets really dangerous for your business, because once your confidence is shaken, your nervous system is going into overdrive to protect your ego and your identity as a super fucking smarty pants who can figure things out for yourself. And then those plays get even more frantic and complicated, and you start doing all kinds of wild stuff to try to prove to yourself that you are the super smarty pants that you know yourself to be. Raise your hand, hello somebody, if you know what I'm talking about. If you've already decided that you're ready to double or triple or 10x your income, right? I have proof of concept. I've grown my business this far. Everything is working. I've made 10K months. I want to go to 50K months. Why can't I? I see people on here all the time talking about how they're at 50K months, and I know that bitch is not smarter than me. So I'm going to do that too. But then you hit the same revenue ceiling 3 quarters in a row or 3 years in a row. When you've built a solid business, but you keep finding yourself avoiding the visibility that would take it to the next level, then it's likely that the quote unquote business strategies you're implementing are actually nervous system safety strategies. Sometimes you know exactly what your next strategic moves should be, but you keep finding yourself being drawn to smaller, safer actions instead. And those smaller, safer actions feel completely logical to you. At your level of success, this subtle self-sabotage feels like logic, and it is. It's just the logic of keeping yourself safe, not the logic of playing the biggest game you can possibly play. Your nervous system is always prioritizing perceived safety over expansion. That's its job. And without conscious and continual recalibration, your business strategies will unconsciously bend toward the shape of your past survival patterns. Maybe that looks like a client is trying to walk away without paying you for work that you've already done. And your past survival patterns are, oh, well, don't rock the boat, my loss, take it as a lesson, and you're ready to walk away from that money. That is your business strategy, taking the shape of a past survival pattern, not taking the shape of a business decision. Because I'm telling you right now, larger companies are not being like, well, it's my fault, I guess we just chalk it up to a loss and walk away from that money. No, they're going to send you to collections because it's a business and you got to pay your bills, right? When you're already successful in your business, usually your gap isn't in knowing what to do. It's navigating the nervous system resistance that comes with your next level work, that comes with your next level moves, that comes with your next level of expansion. And this is why I say I'm going to say the majority of business owners out there are running their business from wounded child consciousness. They are running their business from survival archetype decision making. This is not tea. This is not shade. This is not me being mean. This is just what it is. Most of the creative and spiritual entrepreneurs that I work with didn't go to business school. They came to their business from having a craft, having a calling on their life that they knew that they were meant to do, and they are building a business behind it. And so the idea that their strategic decisions are anything other than business strategy isn't even clicking to them, because they haven't considered that there are 2 different sets of strategies that they could be operating from, the strategy of nervous system safety or the strategy of business, and that they are at odds, but one can look like the other. My goal when I work with someone is to get you out of making business decisions from wounded child consciousness and get you into the adult CEO driver's seat of your business so that you're able to separate and see clearly, when are you running a nervous system safety play, or when is your brain suggesting to you that the strategy you should implement is actually a nervous system safety play, and when are you coming up with a solid business strategy that is the most expedient path to the results that you're calling in. When you work with me, you have a second set of eyes on you and your business. You have someone with you who can spot when the strategy you're coming up with is actually designed to keep you safe, or when the strategy that we're implementing will actually move you towards your goals. When you choose the strategy that moves you towards your goals but feels unsafe, right? You're like, okay, I'm going to do a speaking tour because my goal is to become a big name in my industry. I'm going to go get my message in front of way more people. It is a direct route to more visibility. And you set out to do that. And in your nervous system, that feels unsafe. That level of visibility feels unsafe to you. Just as an example, your nervous system is going to freak out That's when you need a coach who's capable of also helping you regulate, who's able to co-regulate with you and can help you stabilize your nervous system through taking these scary actions. And that's why having me there is so valuable. This is just part of what you get inside Powerhouse Mastermind, is this comprehensive way of understanding your survival archetype decisions and a comprehensive set of nervous system regulation tools that can help you train your body that you are actually safe while you are taking actions that move you toward your next level, while you're taking actions that expand your visibility, your revenue, your business footprint in the world, your legacy, your impact, your level of responsibility. All of those things can make your nervous system go, this is unsafe. We got to stay right here where we know we can manage everything. You need someone by your side with a set of tools that can help you say, you can take those actions that get you the results that you want, and we can create safety in your body as you do it so that you don't collapse or sabotage these actions. Implementing and executing these strategies takes time. They take time on the business side, right? Going on a speaking tour, for example, is not an instant thing. Creating a digital product suite when you've always done in-person work and launching it and doing an ads campaign, this is not a fast project. This is a big, slow project that takes a lot of endurance and a lot of moving pieces and a lot of project management and one foot in front of the other to actually execute. And retraining your nervous system around safety also takes time. And that is why Powerhouse Mastermind is a year long and actually designed that you can keep renewing year after year so that you can actually titrate toward expansion at a way that feels safe for your body. The nervous system doesn't like fast, doesn't perceive fast as safe. So I can't just say, let's get you to your goal the fastest way possible. Yes, and let's get you to your goals the fastest way possible while creating safety so that you don't collapse under the weight of the results that you're creating. That's not the goal, right? I know so many business owners who have scaled really quickly and then burnt out and then closed their business. Tons of people who were making 20K, 100K months who shut their businesses down because they could not emotionally, intellectually, nervous system wise maintain the level of exposure and visibility and impact and responsibility that they had created through their business actions. So they got there, but they didn't titrate along the way. Meteoric rises to success are not always the move that we're looking for. This is also why so many people who win the lottery just lose all the money that they won, because a meteoric rise to wealth is frequently not what we actually want. We need to titrate along the way. We need to create the safety to be able to hold the result along the path to creating the result. So jumping into a 6-week coaching program, a 3-week coaching program, a 3-month coaching program is not actually usually going to get you the level of results and stability that are required to take you all the way to your current set of goals and the next one. And that is why Powerhouse is a year long and designed for you to re-enroll. I want you to be able to expand in a rate that feels safe for your body, in a rate that feels safe for your nervous system, and give you enough time to implement and titrate and see real results on your business strategies and also see real results on your nervous system capacity expansion and healing, your ability to create safety in your body while taking the actions that are going to move you towards your goals. And this is why I always say we need inner game and outer game together, that the work I do is inner mastery and outer strategy together. We need to be able to recognize when we are overcomplicating our business, when we are self-sabotaging in a way that looks like logic, in a way that looks like business strategy, how to stop doing that, interrupt that pattern as it's happening, create a strategy that is the most expedient, maybe not the fastest, but the most direct toward our goals, and then also having the tools, the support, the co-regulation to make those actions feel safe. Because if we don't have that, we will always, for the most part, default to where we feel safe. We will blow up the launch. We will overcomplicate. We will derail. We will abandon the project midway through because we get bored, and it will all look like logic. And of course it will, because you're a really smart person, or you wouldn't have gotten to where you are. The last thing I will say on the idea that you're either running a business strategy or an emotional safety strategy is that if you are considering working with me and you're telling yourself you're going to do it next year, or that you're going to make a bunch more money first, or that you're going to complete some other project first before you sign up for Powerhouse, there is a really good chance that that is actually a safety strategy, because your nervous system feels unsafe in my presence, and it should. And the reason I say that is not because I'm unsafe. It's because there is a part of you that knows that there is no way you're going to be allowed to stay at the same level you're at in Powerhouse. There is no way you're going to be able to keep playing small in my presence. Your old patterns don't stand a chance in my presence, because I will see through them. I will catch the things you're missing. I will lovingly and with so much co-regulation and so much grace hold your feet to the fire of your next level and your expansion. And there is probably a part of you that feels very nervous about being that seen, and about feeling that exposed, about knowing that this is where the rubber meets the road. This is pedal to the metal. When you join Powerhouse, the hiding that you've been doing, the convoluted strategies that you've been running, the next level of expansion that you keep putting on the back burner to take smaller, safer actions will not be able to continue, because you will be made to rise to the level of the room. And there is part of you that, even though it wants that, knows that that is not safe, right? It's not safe for your ego, right? It's not unsafe in real life. It's not unsafe for your business, but it will feel scary to the parts of you that want to just stay right where you are, because right where you are, even if it's not where you want to be, it's familiar and it's manageable, and you get to stay in what you know. And there is a part of you that knows that when you say yes to this work, when you say yes to working with me, when you say yes to being in a room full of Powerhouse peers, when you commit to a year of, I'm done staying at the level that I'm at, I'm done with the bullshit, I'm done with my own bullshit, I am ready to figure out exactly what's happening with why I keep hitting the same revenue cap over and over, with why I keep overcomplicating, with why I keep abandoning the strategy in the middle, with why I keep creating the same results when I know what I really want. There is part of you that knows that it's going to be a rapid shift when you get into this room. And that part of you is going to offer, let's do it next year. Let's do it after we make a bunch of money. Let's do it after we complete this project. Let's do a bunch of stuff on our own first. Let's keep trying to learn from all of her free stuff and listening to the podcast first. That is a nervous system safety strategy that is designed to protect you from the growth that you know is inevitable when you step into my world and when you step into this mastermind. It is not a strategy rooted in making the wisest business decision. It is not a strategy rooted in the most expedient path toward reaching your goals, because the most expedient path toward reaching your goals is to get yourself a coach who will see you at the level of your potential, who will hold you to the standards of your vision, and who will push you to the capacity of your greatness and your inevitable success. Of course, your ego is going to perceive that as unsafe. And of course, your very strategic and very logical emotional safety plays are going to say, yeah, you should do that later. You shouldn't do it later. You should step in. You should get in this room. You should feel these results. A year from now, you will not be the same person. Is that all I want to say? I think I'm going to place this on your altar. I'm going to leave it right there for you. There are 2 days left to get the early bird bonuses for Powerhouse Mastermind. The early bird bonuses are a 2-hour strategy session with me so we can create your personalized success roadmap for the program for our year together. This 2-hour session is valued at $555. That's what I charge for a single one-off 2-hour strategy session. You're going to get that for free. We're going to get together in May. I'm going to get all up in the back end of your business, all up in understanding your goals, all up in understanding what all of the moving pieces are so that I can help you create the plan for exactly what you're going to do inside Powerhouse, what we're going to do together to make sure that you get the best results you can possibly get out of the program. The other April thing that is offered right now and going away is an extended payment plan, a 14-month payment plan instead of a 12-month payment plan. So if you wanted access to that, those 2 things are going away tomorrow. If you are considering applying, I highly recommend you get your application in today or tomorrow so that you can lock those bonuses in. Okay? That's it and that's all. Get your application in today or on the 30th to lock in this bonus. And let's spend a year helping you become the version of yourself who is capable of executing the strategies that get you to your dreams in the most expedient way possible. Okay, love you, bye.
That's our episode for today. Thank you, as always, for being here and for listening to the podcast. I know there are so many things that you could be doing with your time, so many things you could be listening to. It is an honor that you choose to be here. Connect with me on Instagram at Intuitive Edge Coaching. Have a great day.